Astria Ascending, huh? Well, believe it or not, this was supposed to be a huge deal, a big indie RPG and a collaboration between an indie studio and a couple of Japanese legends. And of course, today we're gonna find out if it's really worth playing, if it was successful or not, what the hell happened to it, everything related to it. But what say we check out my review of it first? Astria Ascending is a collaboration between French studio Artisan Studios and two Japanese legends, Kazushige Nojima as the writer, mainly known as one of the writers of Final Fantasy VII, and Hitoshi Sakimoto, that's right, the music composer who created the soundtrack of Final Fantasy Tactics, Valkyria Chronicles, and all the Vanillaware games. Astria is a 2D turn-based RPG with notorious influence from RPGs like Odin Sphere and Valkyrie Profile. Just like in the latter, the exploration includes several platforming elements and puzzle solving. Controls feel fine even though Ulan, the main character, can be somewhat slippery. Puzzles go from really interesting to really annoying. Most are pretty generic, but others are really well thought out. Graphically speaking, the game looks absolutely beautiful, with some controversial art here and there, but not really for the main characters. You actually control all 8 protagonists right from the start, each with their own starting job. More on that in a bit. They're all the current demigods known as the Fated 8, who are pretty much the guardians of the world. What they're guarding, though, is primarily a doctrine known as harmony, where people from all different species live together and eat a specific fruit. This fruit keeps people in check, harmoniously, something that the main antagonists start to rebel against. Now, Astria Ascending is a linear type of game for the most part until late when you unlock a pseudo-open world feature full of side quests. A big amount of time will take place inside the big demigod city, being often attacked by creatures under the enemy's control. Apart from fighting them, you'll control Ulan going through several dungeons as the party leader. Combat is played in turns with up to 4 active but switchable characters. Each has a specific type of weapon equipped and they can use regular attacks and abilities. Abilities are elemental and the battle system revolves strongly around it. Exploiting an enemy's weakness increases your force bar, a feature you can use similar as in Octopath Traveler, where you can greatly increase the damage of your next action by charging it. Buffs and healing are included. Sounds like solid combat, right? It is, but unfortunately, like many indie RPGs out there, its difficulty is ridiculously cheap. The game actually got a lot of backlash because of how unfair it was, almost to the point of being broken. Enemies start nearly every single time and gang up on you before you can do anything. Abilities cost a lot and you run out of MP quickly. And if enemies exploit your weaknesses, kiss your party goodbye. It's brutal. In fact, this is the hardest indie RPG I've played in my life, next to Indivisible. Fortunately, however, developers included an easy and even a very easy mode. The difference is abysmal. Easy mode does not feel easy at all, but it's not as ungracious as normal or hard. Very easy, though, is a complete and utter walk in the park. What I did to avoid endless hours of grinding was simply traverse everything on very easy mode and then change it to normal or easy sometimes for the bosses. And trust me, I still got a decent challenge out of them and enjoyed the game a lot this way. Since the story doesn't offer you a lot of great character development and its gameplay mechanics are repetitive, boss battles are the best things about it. Boss or not, all battles give you experience points and skill points. Skill points you will use to unlock new abilities regardless of the job. However, for the stat increases, you need stat orbs, something I felt was annoying and pointless, but whatever. As you make progress, you'll start getting items to change a character's job. By doing so, they will unlock a new skill tree, but still keeping the original one. I'm not a fan of job systems, but I like the one in these games since there were barely any penalties in changing jobs. As a matter of fact, it encourages you to do so because you simply get more powerful right away. There's also other cool features like Alessia being able to summon some of the spiritual bosses to fight in your stead, or these simple yet entertaining shoot-em-up missions between some areas late in the game. Overall, it's an excellent RPG, but only if you find a way to enjoy it like I did. The one thing that saved me from ranting and trashing it was precisely the addition of difficulty settings. They could have been unnecessary had they put more testing and more attention to the balance. Without them, honestly, this game would have been unplayable for me. I think this is a pretty good game. I think it had everything, absolutely everything to be almost a masterpiece or one of the absolute best indie RPGs of all time. But yeah, man, that difficulty. However, it's doable, it's playable, it's enjoyable. And I think a lot of you love your grindfests, or you actually love your really hardcore games. Also, you can go in the comment section and say this game wasn't hard at all. So, why don't you do me the favor of playing this excellent game and leave a comment saying, it was easy as hell, even on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Astria Ascending is a really good game. I suggest you play it on easy, did what I did to fully enjoy it, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to appreciate it just as much as I did. Yeah, Astria Ascending, recommended. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. See you next time!